Hello guys, thank you for checking out the new episode of the Devlog. This month I would like to show you some character designs that I worked on in the last couple of days. One character that you will meet quite early in the game is a huge fly sitting in a bar and reading a book. So I started to lay down a few design ideas in Procreate on the iPad. I wanted the fly to have big, round eyes without pupils, and I thought it might look funny if it had two of its legs crossed while holding the book casually in one hand. So that was the result I ended up with. Then I cleaned up the line work a bit and imported it into Rough Animator. This is an app for the iPad that's great for a first rough animation pass. I wanted to test whether the design worked for animations, so I tried to create an animation of the fly turning a page in the book with its mouth. For me, when animating, it's always important to start with the big shapes, which you can see here. I started with the basic movement of the head, body and the book. And then I went over to the more complex animation of the mouth. This is what the animation looked like when I was done with the big shapes. And after that I started to implement the second layer of the animation, the eyes. I wanted them to look bouncy and heavy, like big drops of water attached to the head. And when I was happy with the animation of the eyes, I took the animation over to the main animation software for the game, Adobe Animate. And then I started to work on the next layer, the legs. I wanted to add a little insect-like arm twitch to the animation before the fly turns the page. So this is what you can see here. At last I filled in the rest of the body and some details for the eyes to wrap up the animation. And this is the current state of the first fly animation, and I'm super happy with it so far. Next I wanted to get a rough idea of what the bar in which the fly is sitting might look like in order to decide where some other characters in this location could be positioned. As soon as I had a rough layout for the bar, I decided that another character could be placed here in the corner, a fiercey duck in cowboy clothing. When I draw on the iPad, I often use the left side of the screen to open up Google for looking at reference pictures. And after I had finished the design and experimented a bit with colors and shading, this was the result. And so now we have another visitor for our bar. Another character you can meet a little later in the game is supposed to be a crazy conspiracy theorist of some kind. I actually had a little fox in mind wearing a robe, but when I sketched it I had the idea that a hamster might be a better fit for the character. I don't know why, but a hamster pinning conspiracy theories to its hamster wheels somehow makes sense to me. So this is what he will look like in the end. And last but not least, I would like to show you a very special caterpillar that will also be part of the game. The special thing about it is that it screams at the top of its voice when it senses danger. And for this guy I have also already prepared a first small animation. I'm super excited to finally create actual content for the game, and I really hope you like the first peek into the new characters. As always, please don't forget to wishlist the Pretty Broken Adventure on Steam, and I hope to see you next month, everybody. Thank you.